Welcome to the Big Fish podcast.
Without Erik.
Without Erik.
Yep. We kicked him off.
Erik is gone. And
He's
it's
hunting.
just us ladies today.
Yeah.
Ladies' night, but in the morning.
But ladies morning. Had our coffee. Yeah, so it's Amber, who is our lovely marketing manager, and Kelsey, our project manager, and myself.
And the lovely Tanya, since I feel like that's usually what Erik. I'm going to call him Erik, even though he's my dad. I feel like for the sake of this, because you guys don't call him dad, I'm going to call him Erik.
That's really
But today, so no Erik. Kicked him off. So it's kind of Tanya and I, and then we made Kelsey join us because we wanted someone with actual expertise on these questions to answer a bunch of questions. So we put some question boxes on Instagram and asked you guys some questions, and we are going to answer them. And if Erik comes up, he's not here to defend himself. And we're also just going to talk about, not just about being because these aren't the only girls at Big Fish Contracting.
No.
So
Correct.
we're not speaking for all of them, but just for us. So let's do it. How are you guys? How was since the last time you were on, wasn't that before your wedding?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you're
Yeah, she's
married now?
married. She's married.
Congrats.
Yes, thank you.
Amazing.
Yep. So that's been, I guess, a change, but not anything super crazy.
Yeah.
Kinda
How was the
same.
wedding?
It was good. Yeah. Everything
Good.
went smooth and no issues. It was a nice day.
I love it.
Yeah.
Did you go on a honeymoon?
Not yet. We'll go in January.
Where are you going?
Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
So
We want to wait till the off season.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a little hectic
Well, and that's
right
a
now.
perfect time to go to Hawaii. It's going to be
Exactly.
so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
We're excited.
That's awesome.
Great.
How are you, Tanya?
Great. Great.
I love that. You taught your first Pilates class?
I did. I recently was certified in Pilates, and I was able to kick off our first class, and it was so good. It's kind of nice because it's like a fusion of everything I already know and do, and so it's very, very fun.
Did you do a heated?
Oh yes,
Fun.
it was hot in there.
Fun.
Super sweaty.
That's
Yes.
awesome. I love
5
Pilates.
a.m. Monday mornings. You can find me.
Yeah.
At the studio.
Yeah, 5 a.m. No big
5
deal.
a.m.
Everybody's up.
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
Up in like
Pilates.
What else do you
really
have to
moving.
do? What else do
Yeah.
you have to do?
Yeah, if you're up anyway, probably. Just get out
Yes.
there. So I'm going to I'll answer the questions as they're relevant, but doing the marketing, I'm not out there in the weeds every day, so I'll answer as it makes sense. But I'm mostly just going to read these questions for Tanya or Kelsey or both or all of us to answer. Again, you guys, thank you for everyone who submitted questions, and let's get into it. We'll see how many of these we can hit. First, what is your favorite thing about working at Big Fish?
Oh, I get to go first. I think it's new every day. So even though I do a lot of the same things, I think there's a lot of excitement because there's a lot of changes that happen every day, or problem solving, or just it's unpredictable in ways. As much as there's predictability, every house run is different. You never know who's calling in that day, so there's always something new to experience. So I like that because I just like to be challenged, and it can be very challenging.
I love that.
Yeah. And I like all the people I work with, and I like what's nice too is that it's a good blend between being in an office and doing your own thing, but then also being out in the field and seeing different people. So I like that it's not just interacting too with our crews, it's interacting with, other subcontractors, and then also lots of homeowners too. So you get a lot of different personalities, which is cool.
A lot of variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, you guys have very different answers to this one, I'm sure. What made you want to work in the construction industry? You can go first.
Okay. I just always had an affinity for house projects and things like that. I look back at my embarrassing Facebook memories, and I was always in middle school, I was oh, did my homework early today, I'm gonna go paint the bathroom. Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Not me at all.
Yeah, I've just always liked doing projects like that, and I don't know where that came from, if it was working on stuff with my grandpa around their house, or if it was my mom was always painting rooms and stuff like that. So I think I've just always been inundated in that life, even though I didn't have people that were in my family that were in the trade. So that's kind of I don't know. I just really like being hands-on and being involved in projects, and I like to see a house look the way I want it to. If that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Wow.
I was literally born into it. I had no choice.
Yeah, you're right.
You will be. You will be working at Big Fish. What about you?
Well, it kind of came to me.
It did.
So to speak. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess when I started, I just was looking for a job, and then really quickly learned that, oh wait, this could be a career. And my whole life, I knew I was never going to be in the medical field. Like, I just can't, I can't even handle loose teeth. Like, I'm not, that was literally never on my radar. And I've been around, my dad built our whole house, an addition, and then my husband's a plumber. So, it felt very, very natural. I already had a lot of experiences with it. I helped hang kitchen cabinets when I was 9 months pregnant in our own home. So it just felt like a very natural thing to fall into or to bring to me. So.
Yeah, and it's a very service oriented field, which you
which I've always done.
Yes. Love it. What's something that most people don't know about your job?
Well, maybe they know, maybe they don't. I guess I'm working all the time, not nonstop all the time, because it's there. So with our digital age, I literally work all the time. So I work from home, so it's right there. I have my email, on my personal phone. So I guess that's maybe something people don't know, but because I do teach this early morning yoga class, right before I go into class, I'm checking my emails, or if it's a bad weather day, Josh is already up, so we're kind of determining, before I enter my yoga class, are we working for the day, and then after I get home from teaching dance at night, I hop on my computer, it's 8:30 at night, I'm like, okay, what things are there? Because I don't, if you don't do it that day, there's always something the next day, right? So it's helps me keep ahead almost in a way, or not overwhelmed. So again, maybe people know that, maybe not, but for me, it's just always on.
Yeah, Tanya doesn't have an off switch ever.
And I was going to say, something they don't know is that Tanya does literally everything. Yeah. She has a hand in every facet of the business, because someone has to have that overarching, approach to it. And between her and Erik, they are running the show.
Totally.
Yeah.
Her, mostly.
I don't know.
I'm
Oh, Kelsey, what would you say?
I would say that there's a lot of my day that is falls under an other duties as assigned. So it's very random, the different odds and ends I might have to do of cleaning up someone's floor in their house, or there was one day where we had a basement flood when we got all that crazy rain, and I was up there ripping out carpet because we needed to get stuff dry. It's totally random some days what I'm doing, and it's just because I'm there and something has to be filled in and completed. So it's not that I'm just in the office or on job sites telling other people what to do. Sometimes it's also just me
I think that is a
having to
big
jump in and
misconception.
do it.
That a project manager is just supervisor and making more calls and paperwork pusher than you're really hands-on and doing a lot of physical tasks.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be the one setting trusses or running the plumbing and electrical in your house, because that's not good. But there will be random odds and ends that I just have to complete, and it doesn't make sense for me to bring someone else in, so I'm going to do it, and it's outside of my normal realm of things. But
wasn't there something very heavy you were supposed to bring to a job site or pick up or something? Oh gosh, it was a couple weeks ago.
I don't know, there were a couple weeks ago that I had to get 14 sheets of plywood to a job site to protect concrete, and I had one of the guys meet me at Home Depot to load it, but then to uncover all the concrete, there was no one else around, so I just moved all the plywood off of all the concrete and into the garage. So 20 sheets. The homeowner's
I'm so very strong. Also, small but mighty.
The
maybe
homeowner's
she doesn't need to do Pilates.
She gets into her day job.
She's good.
I'm more what is it? CrossFit with odd objects.
Yes,
That's more of my deal. And I still am not going to do CrossFit.
No, we'll leave that to, who's it?
Kevin.
Yeah, we'll leave that to Kevin. Well, you guys kind of talked about this next one already. What's a typical day look like for both of you? It sounds like there is no typical day.
No, it's Yeah, I mean, we did kind of just touch on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's big fish for you.
Mhm.
What's it like? This one is kind of a pivot. What's it like being women in a male-dominated industry? Whether it's an industry or a big fish, either way.
Yeah, I guess like some days it maybe feels daunting just because you think maybe there's like an underlying thought behind people when they see you or interact with you. And I experience that a lot in the field. And I think a lot of that is just that self-doubt that lives in the back of your mind. And what I've come to learn is that like no one really knows what they're doing and everyone's learning as they go. So it doesn't matter that I'm young or a female in the industry. It doesn't make a difference. There are still people that have been doing it their entire career that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
so true.
Which is like not to bash anyone, but just everyone is learning. There's so
Totally.
much that is just like products change, installation changes, everything, the styles change. There's so many different things that are fluctuating throughout our industry that
It does not matter if it's male or female.
exactly.
Really. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard of the term imposter syndrome?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they say that women deal. Have you heard of that?
Uh-huh.
They say that women deal with that more than men, just because it must be like how our brains are wired, where like women will be overqualified and still be like, I can't do it, whereas men will be underqualified and they're like, I can do that.
I think
Yeah.
that's very true.
And I really feel like even marketing
Yes.
is not male dominated at all, but like even just like being younger and sometimes whatever, it's like, why should they listen to me? But you're right, it's about how you keep up and yeah.
Right. And that's exactly it. It was that I found that I definitely have that imposter syndrome, and there's a lot of people that don't have it that maybe should.
Yeah, so true.
So I'm gonna pass that off to someone else at some point.
Yes.
Well, and I think from like working within the team, I think it's nice to have that bit of balance.
Yeah.
Because, I think, because I do have like a hand kind of everywhere, is I can think about a lot of things at once. And so I'd like to think it helps people stay more organized because
Yeah.
I can reach out to someone and say, hey, what about this, this, and this? And then they might be like, oh, thanks for the reminder,
Yeah.
And so not saying that all men are like that, but I think that one task minded, right?
Yes.
So I think it's helpful to have females on the team that can think a little bit broader
Yeah,
in that way, and it helps us all stay on track.
that's a good point. Different perspectives.
And I've heard too, like people saying, like don't be a female coming into a male-dominated industry and then try to be like the men.
Right.
Like,
Like still be you.
Yeah, and own who
Yeah.
you are because you're going to bring things to the table that are different just because of the way you're wired or the way you're brought up. And like some of it is just our upbringing and how like we socialize women differently and girls differently. It's good for us to have all those different balances because I think we bring sometimes like a softer side to things, which is one of the trademarks of Big Fish is that like we genuinely care and we want you to be like happy with your end product. So like how do we make that happen for you?
I was kind of laughing because yesterday Nick and I were chatting about some siding work that we have to, like a punch list side on, and he looks right at me and he goes, it's all going to be okay, right? Because that's what you always say, it's all going to be okay. And it's just that, when people go through emotions in the team, to have that like reassuring, kind of more nurturing, I think is important.
Totally.
Keeps the mentality strong.
And it's good to have the people who are one task in the moment doing that thing really well, but then like you said, having that perspective of like, it's all gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Or I'll make sure that it's all
Yeah,
gonna be
we'll
okay.
figure it out. Yeah.
I watched it again.
Oh. Amber.
Well, that answered the next one. It was advice for women entering this industry, and I feel like you kind of nailed it with that one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think whatever is out there you want to do, just do it. Like the only thing holding you back from whatever it is yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I would say too with that, like latch on to someone. Everyone needs a mentor, whether it's, a female in the industry or a male in the industry, just find someone that can be your mentor and your guide and your cheerleader and have a couple of them because everyone's going to have their different forte, and that's the big thing. That I just never had someone that felt like in the industry to help me get in there, and I just eventually just did it. But it would be nice to have people kind of in your corner, like cheering you on and reminding you that you can do it.
Yeah.
I know there was a question on there about what do you like working for Erik, and just like speaking to that point, I don't think I would be where I'm at without Erik. Like, single-handedly, he was my mentor and able to teach me all these things, but also be like, no, you really can do it. Because again, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm not, what? And there was so much belief in me that I had no choice but to also believe in myself. Because he was like, yes, you got this. Yeah, and he was gonna like back down, so then I had to just keep going, kind of thing.
Totally. So. Yeah, he really. Yeah, we are gonna. I had things to add, so I'm gonna skip ahead. Like, he really, kind of what you were saying, like, instills confidence in you. Like, if he's hired you to do that thing, you're just. Sometimes he almost gives you so much freedom that it's like, I'm like, I don't know if I know how to do this, and it's like, you're just gonna do it, and I think that is a good thing.
Yeah. And he kind of says, like, when we ask, like, well, how are we gonna help this customer? He's like, well, if we can't, who is?
Yes.
Like, that's a big thing for him. It's just like, we have to find a way to do what we can to serve people and ourselves. So that's a big thing, I think.
Yeah, and there's like that mentality of like, he might not even know also. But then amongst the teams, there's the discussion of how we're going to figure this out. Let's bring our heads together and figure it out, you know? Yeah. So I think he's probably the biggest cheerleader of this whole thing. Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Like, he said before that he loves, like, that women work at Big Fish and in the industry, like, that it's not about whether you're a woman or not. That's not why he hires you, but he does, like, love, like, having the different perspectives and stuff, which is really cool.
Well, and I think because he raised 3 girls, like, he's got so much experience, like, with females, because let's be honest, we're emotional, like, right? And we're just,
I don't know, I've seen some of these men.
different. Yeah, that's true.
He might be one of the emotional ones as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, he cries more than, like, I think my mom does.
Oh, that's funny. And true.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, so I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, and I never really felt like we were raised super differently or anything. Like, you're the boy, you're doing this, and you're the girl, you're doing this. Like, that wasn't my experience. It was just like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And he ended up actually being more of the, if we're talking stereotypes, I ended up being the really, like, athletic and then, like, really career driven, and my brother ended up being more of the, like, creative person, and now he's a vet tech, so that's more of, like, he is more that nurture than I am. I mean, now I'm a mom, I'm getting there, but yeah, like, I feel like it's just, whether you're a woman or not, just do it. Like, I mean, he probably doesn't even know that we're podcasting, much less what we're talking about. That's how much he's like, I don't know, go through it. Which I love. We did kind of really into that. Is there anything else about what it's really like working with Erik since he's not here? I kind of feel like it's like we said enough, but also there's so much.
I know, it's like hard to describe at times.
I would say he's kind of a non-traditional.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, in terms of, like, a boss?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's very, very patient.
Yeah. And I think he's just, like, really warm and comforting. Yeah. Like, it just, I remember, like, when I was coming on board, I really always want to make the perfect and right decision. And he was like, and I said, I wish I wasn't so, like, crazy analytical about stuff. And he just was like, well, that's just the way you are. Yeah. That's the way you're hardwired.
Yeah, it would never diminish who you are at your core. Yeah. Yeah, it celebrates, like, every part of you. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, man, I wish I wasn't like that. It's driving me crazy. It makes it so much harder for me to make a decision. He's like, you just got to roll with it. That's who you are, down to your core. Like, you're wired that way, and that's great. And we have to celebrate that in you, because that brings something different to the table than someone that can just make a whim decision. Like, it's that, like, you have to balance everything out, and as a team, we all do that. So I think that's really nice. And
I think that's the biggest thing that why it works over here is everybody's allowed to be themselves. No one's, like, pushed into a box or reprimanded, or you know, I mean, we really do have the freedom to work in ways that, like, celebrate, you know, like, everybody has different modes of learning, or you know, times that they're on, and you know, I don't know, it's just really, he's, like you said, celebrating who everybody is individually.
And he has good perspective of what's important and what's not, because sometimes there's stuff that, you know, not that marketing is important, but he's like, it's okay, like, it's just as social media post, you know, but then like there are things that are a big deal, and he will like prioritize those things. So yeah, he knows when to be like, it's okay, it's really not that big a deal, and when it is important.
Well, that is one thing that's a little tricky, because sometimes it took me a while, because there were things that, like in the beginning, I was like, oh, I need to take care of this now.
Totally. Yeah,
oh, that's fine. I'm like,
totally.
Okay.
Like him
But
hunting
when?
right now.
But when?
Yes, him hunting right now. I have like all this laundry list of stuff for him to review. He's like, I'll do it.
I know, and then I finally, because I know that he always lets people be them, and so it's like I've tried to lean into that as well and go, that's the way he is. So then I'm gonna work with that and celebrate that too, and it's been much better with that perspective.
Totally. I love that. Okay. Pivoting to more big picture, big fish, not just Erik. Either funniest work memory or your favorite work memory at Big Fish.
Funniest work memory.
No one's really funny.
Right.
Okay. I would say
I don't have a
at
sense of
the
humor
Christmas party last year when Jordan was
That was
trying to open the
so-
fishing
yep.
rod.
That was so
it was
funny.
so funny. It was wrapped in Tyvek tape, and it was
And
just
Tyvek.
40
And
layers.
It was-
Like,
yeah.
It was so funny. It probably took him 10
to
15
15 minutes.
to open. We're just
Maybe it was
all-
only 5 minutes, but maybe it
and
just
he
felt like
was
an
like
eternity.
cracking jokes while he was opening it.
Just giving like
it was
another
just
like yeah.
So, oh my gosh, it was so funny. And then I think personally, one of the funniest memories I have is this is way back, and I had to go run for materials in the giant blue F450, just a really big truck, and I don't have a lot of experience driving trucks. So that was a little learning curve about how to accelerate and decelerate. And then I had to go get some pink foam boards. And it was really windy that day, and I'm in this Home Depot parking lot. The carts going everywhere, trying to lift these boards or
I
these
can
things.
picture it.
Yeah, I can also picture that. Were you alone?
I was alone.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to like answer the phone while driving this beast of a vehicle and take a customer's information. And then I got to the job site, nobody was there, and I was like, did I go to the wrong place? I mean, it was a whole day, and that's when I was very honest with Erik. I'm like, I'll do a lot of things.
Not that.
This is one.
Yeah. Yeah, those are both good ones. Do you have anything to add?
I don't know if I have any like specific funny memories or anything like that, but I feel like just with the amount of times that I interact with the carpenters or any of our other trades, like they all, like everyone in the trades is just so witty.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I get
like
a kick out of that.
one-liners.
Yeah, so like I feel like I get so many funny one-liners and things that come out of left field that just have me like reeling, and they are just always really funny. And I think a lot of people have a super dry sense of humor too, which is funny because it's like it really like catches you off guard, and it's almost like
because they say it's so deadpan too,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like, I can't even tell if they're joking or
So-
not. But
It's
then-
like stand-up sometimes when you get to a job site and everyone's
Totally.
just like riffing off each other. So that's probably like there's no specific thing that I can think of that was like super funny, but I know that they've all got, or they'll take a funny jab at me or something like that, and I'm always like, that was bold and that was very funny. Like,
probably true.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love that. Do you have any other projects that kind of stand out when you think about projects you've done with Big Fish and like that kind of stand out as your favorite? And
What's like I found is that anytime we get to different stages in any of the jobs, it's super exciting. Like seeing like, oh, like all the plumbing's in. That's really exciting. Ooh, all the concrete's new. Like it's like
I was just staring in the basement. Wow, this is plumbing. Look at them.
I can't say I've ever had that thought.
No, but now a pretty like painted room with all the furniture set. Yes, I am there.
Yeah, and I think it's like I love like the physical progress of a job, and just to see like, oh my gosh, they got all that done in a day. That's incredible. So like that's. And I think it's funny too because it's like on every job I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. And it's like it's not always the same stuff on repeat. Like we're always doing different types of jobs, but it's just seeing any of the progress is really satisfying and enjoyable to me, and that it feels like it's new every time. So it's
That's exciting.
it is like, and I remember doing stuff in my own house and getting excited over like shoe going in, like wow, that just made it, and the carpenter being like, okay, and I'm like,
wow,
like, but like, and I remember thinking, well, maybe it's because he does it all the time, and now I do it all the time. I'm like,
It's
whoa,
still-
it's still super satisfying. Yeah, I'm like, wow, spray foam, love it.
Beautiful spray foam.
I love it. I do like I know what you mean though about like it's not even like one thing that comes to mind. It's like anytime because I typically like doing marketing. I'm typically like, I'm not in the weeds like they are. It's more like after, where the homeowners will tell these like really personal connections and stories like to the project that was done. I mean, not saying every roof is special too. I'm not saying like it's just a standard roof. There's nothing wrong with that. But every once in a while, like people will just explain like why this project was so important to them, or their home, or their family, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like you feel like something, you feel proud. So that's kind of like my.
Yeah, I feel like every time a review comes in,
Yes.
there is that sense of pride, because you know it came full circle, and then every touch point that customer had was a good one, and it's like, oh, okay,
Yes.
we are doing this. Okay, we're doing okay.
We read every single review, and we usually, like, Tanya and my dad and I are usually like texting about it, like, oh, the person, like, yeah, we're like, oh, that's so nice, and then like if they shout out like a salesperson or something, we'll like screenshot it, we're like, good job, like,
Yes. Yeah.
we love your reviews. That's awesome. I feel like there's also projects that just like look cool, and they're just cool because they look cool, and that's always fun too. I love that. Do you feel like, as you're thinking about renovation projects, do you feel like there's any big misconceptions that you're often kind of answering or overcoming the homeowners that come in with? That might be more, I don't know if that's like more of a you question.
Probably both of us.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that like don't realize like the size and scope, like oh, it's going to be really messy, right? Like that's like I feel like if you have never experienced a big project before, it's really hard to describe. You kind of just have to like see it and do it, but I think it's more surprising for a lot of people than that. Yeah.
Especially like you think about the roof going on, but you forget that like every shingle has to come off.
Exactly.
Too.
And like it's interesting because you like, I noticed this the first time we had to take a tree down in the yard. It was like, oh wow, that's big. That thing's taking up my whole yard now. But like when you see a tree in your yard, like you're like, oh, it's just a tree,
right?
So I think like that same kind of concept when it comes down to shingles falling off your roof, and they're doing the tear off, and they fly so quickly too. So it's happening real fast.
Yeah, I think the big thing, like on the remodeling side, is just is how much everything is interconnected. So like it's like, oh, I can just make a change here. Well, that change there impacts X, Y, and Z, and so that's the other thing of it too, is like making sure that we're able to communicate that with homeowners, because there are so many hidden components that go into like something that seems really simple.
Again, as we're thinking about projects and homeowners, what do you feel like stands out to you as what makes a great home, a great customer? Like what do you appreciate the most about like certain customers? What qualities, I guess?
And say laid back, which seems like so kind of, I don't know. I mean, the ones that laid back in a sense that they have trust in us.
Trust is a
Trust,
great,
yes, like that makes it really, because then their expectations are being met. They're listening to what we're telling them, and they trust us fully, and that obviously makes a really good relationship.
And sometimes trust even can make your project better than they originally would have. If you have the open-mindedness to trust that like the people you're working with know what might like look good or just be, especially on your side where it gets like so complex, it might even make your project better than being like, nope, I want exactly this, and this is how you're going to do it and whatever. So that kind of helps as well.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, and then on the other side of it too, like it's not always nice in the moment, but when you have like a customer that has a higher standard, and not that like we have low standards or anything like that, but like like someone that like they have a very specific vision in mind, it is always nice to have those every once in a while too, in order to really like make sure we're staying sharp, make sure that we're up to speed on like all the industry trends and things like that, and then just making sure that we're always continuing to be better than we were before too.
Yeah.
But
yes,
it's
I would
just
agree.
always goes back to trust though. Like if you don't trust me, why am I here?
Right.
That's the big thing. Like,
but even though it's like you do always learn something. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, the next one that's kind of more work related. I am curious to know the answer. Do you guys ever disagree, and how do you handle that?
Oh, like me and Kelsey?
I think it's not clear, so you can answer that however. It just says you guys, so you can answer that however you. We probably more as a team.
Yeah. We have an octagon. We have an octagon that we duke it out in.
Yeah,
we got
just go out
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kelsey's really strong. I just run
Wait, it's the lifting of my word.
It's all
Scrappy.
I could win her in a playing challenge, but that's about it.
We are going to have a playing challenge next week.
Yeah, next week meeting, Tuesday meeting, playing challenge.
Yeah, we'll see who.
Oh my gosh, it'd be funny to go live and then like have people join in.
We could.
No, I would say disagreements sometimes happen more so because somebody's wanting something to be done and the other person's like, well, I can't. I'm already doing this other thing. You know,
Right.
like I think it's a lot of times that it's like,
Yeah.
just everybody's trying to get what they're responsible for done.
Yeah. And we definitely have disagreements, but it's not anything ever like that it gets crazy or out of hand. It's really
No.
just everyone trying to get to the same end point.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just how do we get there and how do we manage how many different tasks that we already all have like on our plates, and we're all coming at it from a different perspective and with different responsibilities on our own, so it's trying to figure out how do we make everything happen at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we just talk them out, and
Yeah.
you know, if something ever got like heated, normally people just come back after a couple hours and be like, all right, we're good.
Oh
Like,
yeah, exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
and that's rare, but like
I
if
mean-
it does ever happen,
Yeah.
we only have each other.
Exactly.
So you can't go very far and be mad for very long.
Yeah.
True. And it always gets resolved. It's always respectful. Like, I think even, I mean, Erik and I disagree about stuff, but then even, like, I've watched you and Erik have, I can't even, disagreements, I guess,
Yeah.
about,
Oh, yeah.
like, sometimes the stupidest stuff.
Yeah.
And it always
We
ends
do, yeah.
the same,
Or
which
like
is always, like...
we do know like sometimes mad, but like it's really just like
No, I'll come into podcast and my dad would be like, Tanya's mad at me. And it's about, like,
but I'm
whatever.
not really mad. You know,
Yes.
it's just like
Because otherwise we wouldn't be here. Like, if you guys are really, and you'd be like, no, Tanya's mad at me because because he, whatever.
I don't know, forgot
Yeah.
to go to the bank or something. Dumb.
Yes. Yes. Or, which we told this story on the podcast and Heather came on when my dad wanted to hire help for you. And you
Oh
were
yeah,
like,
then I
you-
was mad.
Yes, you were. Because you were like, you don't think I'm good at my job.
Yeah, that was that imposter syndrome. Like what?
And look where we are now.
I know. Here we are.
Okay, all the rest of these are pretty, like, quick, I think.
Sure.
So I'll just run through. I guess I'll do, like, there's a few more work ones, and then there's just a couple that are just, like, personal. So I'll run through the more, like, work-related ones. What is your, I guess this is, you can answer this if you want, but this is directed to Kelsey. What is your favorite space in a home to renovate?
I mean, the kitchen is always like the biggest like transformation because it's such a utilitarian space, but it can also be really pretty. But recently we just actually did a basement that it was, we had the bar in there, we had like a really neat entertainment area, it had a fireplace, and it was like a huge transformation, and it really looked perfect and finished at the end. So that was really neat. Like that was probably one of my favorite spaces. And with it being a basement, it's nice because as much as everyone's still excited about it, it's not your main living space, so it's easier to sequester from the rest of the house.
Sure.
Which
True.
makes it just a little bit easier logistics wise because they're not being displaced from where they cook or from where
Yes.
they're showering and like getting ready. It's really like kind of separate from the rest of the house, but that's probably my favorite one that we've done recently.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add? Or should we just leave that?
We'll leave the expert. Kelsey's the expert there.
How do you balance work and personal life? This is definitely a Tanya question,
Yeah.
but both of you.
So I balance it by not stopping.
She's like, I'm just gonna keep going.
No, but I will say that because it was a big transition to like sit all day, right? Like I'm literally in front of the computer all day. So I balance that by literally working before and after work with movement. And then I like just try to stay active because for me the balance is the sedentary versus active, and I just feel better mentally if I'm active. So I think that, and then I also, every time I get some movement in, I'm just like recharged and energized,
100%.
which is why I go teach dance for 3 hours and I come home and I do some more work, because I just have that energetic feeling. So for me, it is that like 50-50 movement and like work.
100%. That's how even I feel with running and stuff. I make time for it. And now even my daughter is home with me still. She's pretty little. And I feel like at first my mindset, I had to get used to like not just being able to work like with the more normal, like 9 to 5 hours, and like actually changing my perspective of being like, when Nora's awake, that's my break time. Sure. So now I'm not getting maybe like I used to relax in the evenings and like watch TV with Aaron or something, and now like maybe I'm not doing that, but I'm still getting that rest time. It's just at 10 a.m. instead of which is normally when I'd be working. So I feel like flipping my perspective of like productivity doesn't just have to be like, it doesn't have to look a certain way. And so now my work hours are weird, but I'm getting it all done. And I just, like, at the end of the day, I'll be like, oh, I had a balanced day. It was just like now I'm doing my workouts at 10 in the morning. Sure. And that's normally I'm like a 5 a.m. girl, or I was. But now I'm like, Nora's in the gym, childcare. That's when it works, and I get it all done. I'm just changing my perspective of like what the balance looks like.
Yeah, and I think, like, for me, I feel like I'm in this like really transitional period of my life of like, we got married this summer and we moved, and then we're starting this little hobby farm. So for me, it's just, it is like just trying to figure out like, with all these different changes in life, like how does it all work and balance out? So it's just kind of like an ever flowing change of how I approach that, and just trying to have grace with myself of like, there are going to be days that are going to, like you said, like they're going to look weird and they're going to look different, but it's not that, just, we don't always have like that, like, 7 to 5 clock in, like, it is so fluid. And so just kind of like trying to ease up on that, because I'm very regimented and structured and rigid. So trying to just let myself like, let things just flow, and they're going to be what they are, and we're going to figure it out, which is really hard for me. Because I am like, what does the next, 6 months or, 12 months or 3 years look like? And like talking with Erik, he's like, nothing has to work for ever. Like it just has to work for where you're at right now. And that's been a huge mind shift or mindset change for me to like just readapt to that. So I'm working on it.
I feel like that's totally where I'm at, is like learning when to be disciplined and structured, and learning when to just like not force it. Totally.
I think my one struggle is funny now that my kids are teenagers, they like to chat with me at 10:30 at night, so then I'm like, hi, I'm awake. Yes, do tell.
Sure, we're doing this.
But like so like that's also, as the kids get older, that's like one of the other things trying to balance is like maintaining that relationship and how to still be there for them, because it's so different than when they're like little babies and you are their source of everything, you know? And so
now they're choosing.
And so that's been rewarding.
Totally. I love that. Okay. There's 3 more.
Oh.
What's on your current playlist or podcast rotation?
Life of a Showgirl is my go-to channel.
I was listening to it on the way here. I love that.
So predictable.
True. It's a good one though.
It's a good one.
That I've been listening to, and then also there's one song that like is like my work jam, and it's by Bastille, and it opens up with, what if you could end your day doing the shit you love with the ones you love?
Oh,
and it's
like
a like really empowering, like blasted at full volume song, and that is like, when I need some uplifting music, that is my song.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. See, we should have let her go last, because I've been listening to like Christmas music already, which I know is like really like, it's November 5th. What are we doing? But I can't help it. As soon as there's like that one day where it's like 40, and I was like, okay, it's time now. I know, very controversial. Okay, this one, we'll decide if we want to leave it in or not. What's your work pet peeve? Mine is when my dad goes hunting and doesn't respond to any of my stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I hope he's having fun. I hope he gets a buck today.
I think, I guess patience, because I want answers. Like if I'm asking somebody to do something, okay, let's start over. So I don't like to ask for help. So that if I ask for help and it doesn't get done, that is my biggest pet peeve. And then that's why I still don't ask for help. Like that's kind of my thing.
I totally get that.
Yeah. Oh, talking about golf. Stop talking about golf.
That's hilarious. I mean, I agree. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's just so specific. Like, I would have never thought of that. That's hilarious.
It's always golf. And sports in general. I just don't.
Because Kevin was looking at golf clubs yesterday.
It's always golf.
Oh, yeah. Like, Erik, too. He's in big golf stage. That's hilarious.
It's
Do
so
not
funny.
talk about golf around Kelsey. That's awesome. Hey,
So
last,
Kelsey, are you going to the golf outing this coming year?
do not invite her. Do you golf ever?
I can golf, and I've gone golfing. It's just that it's like all the time. I feel like it's brought up. I just don't.
Wayne doesn't golf, does he?
I feel like when I first started, he was like, "Yeah, I golf," and then I've never heard about it since. So I feel like maybe at some point he golfed or would go golfing, but I don't think it's like part of his things that he's like, "I enjoy doing this."
Gotcha.
Well,
He'd
I
rather
also, again, maybe this is another one of those, I'm stereotyping, but I also feel like men just latch on to, these are the things we talk about. It drives me crazy. Because, when we hang out, with our friend group, me and my friends, my female friends, we talk about anything. We talk about work. We talk about life. We talk about relationships, whatever. And they always just talk about sports and golf.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And we're just do you know anything about each other? It drives me crazy.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they do.
Yes.
That's a thing. Because, I feel like I've seen a skit somewhere that it was the women are so, what's up with your friend's divorce or their family and all this stuff? He's like, I don't know. We just talked about golf or whatever. But also
Or
men,
a big news drops, and you're like, but what else?
well, what about the details?
Or
I'm
why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What?
It just happened.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
She's
Just,
so true.
yeah,
I'm how are their kids? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have kids still?
That's why Mike calls me Nosy Rosie. All the information.
I
Me
think
too.
It's inquisitive. I don't think it's nosy. It's just inquisitive.
Might
just
be
care.
nosy with me.
I just care. That's hilarious. Last one. This is a nice one to close it out on.
Okay.
Who's someone at Big Fish you want to give a shout out to right now because they deserve it?
Oh. I'm gonna give my shout out to Josh. He's making the day-to-day exterior jobs run. Works so hard, doesn't ever complain. I've never heard that guy complain. So yeah, shout out to Josh. We're gonna finish the season strong.
I love that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Mine would be to Wayne because he's my mentor throughout the day, and he actually the other day was like, "We're field buddies." I'm like, "Oh, that's so nice."
He's up at.
Yeah, talks me off a ledge, talks me up on a ledge if I need to be riled up more about something, which is rare because normally I'm already riled. But yeah,
Yeah, it's rare to have to be riled up.
right, yeah. So
I love that.
That would be mine.
Mine is actually Kelsey because she takes great pictures and gives me stories and information and all the things I need to know for content. So that's my shout out. That's all. Thank you guys. It's been really fun.
I think we should do it again.
Yeah, Erik will be back on the next episode, but we might have to do this again because it was really fun. So I guess just stay tuned, on social media. If we ever do this again, we'll drop some questions, and I guess you tell the people. This is your job. Where can the people find Big
People
Fish?
can find Big Fish at our website, bigfishcontracting.com, or give us a call 262-470-1114. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank
Hope
you.
we entertained you some. Oh, and we're definitely going to do this again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.